Good morning, everyone. You're about to be in the Shank Show with Shank Aponsle, your host, live from San Antonio, Texas today. And we're going to talk about something that happened yesterday. No, it actually happened Saturday when we were recording our podcast. So stay tuned. Oh, well, here I am, and again, as I said, we had a lot of fun Saturday recording a podcast, Andrea and I. She cannot be with me this morning, but that's because she records Shank's Espanol. And Shank's Espanol is a show, you guessed it right, in Spanish. And it's important to know that we at Shanks have English-speaking capabilities, but we also have a lot of Spanish-speaking capabilities, and I happen to speak French and German, and of course Luxembourgish. Now, I want to show you something today that really worked well for us on YouTube Shorts. For those of you who do not know what YouTube Shorts are basically a TikTok version of YouTube. And it is estimated that YouTube Shorts will really start taking over the short video segment, especially in January, because apparently YouTube has plans to increase revenue sharing on those shorts. What that means is that creators get up to 40% of the revenue income that advertisers pay to YouTube, so that the creators can be incentivized to put out a lot of good work. Now, what the short here in question I'm going to show you is the following. Let me see. I'll share my screen here with you. Okay, these are all the videos on my channel here, and as you can see, the first Mr. Beast Vegan Impossible Burger in San Antonio, Texas, performed pretty well, and that is based on a strategy that is the following. You basically want to talk about something that is in the news currently, that a lot of other people are looking for. And in this short, we basically hit two of those elements. First of all, the Mr. Beast himself is a highly researched name because he's a very strong YouTuber, and as you know, everyone wants to be a YouTuber these days. But then we have keywords such as vegan and burger, and that is very powerful because Mr. Beast, for those of you who do not know, has recently released the Mr. Beast burger chain, and it's been said that he didn't have to do any advertisement just because he has so much organic reach with his YouTube channels. He was able to just talk about it. And I believe when the first branch opened at a mall, I forget where it is, it was just impossible because all the mall was basically overran by people. Okay, so let me show you the performance of that Mr. Beast video here. So as you can see, I'm going to look at the analytics here. And what's really interesting is that we're being told here that this video has gotten 1,128 views since it was published. I gained 3 subscribers, and there's a total watch time of 8.7 hours, right? Which is amazing given that this video only is a minute. Okay, so you can imagine how often that's been viewed. Something else that's really interesting to look at is how the views evolved, right? So as you can tell, and I was able to see that in real time. When it was released, it immediately went up very fast. See, first hour. So essentially what this says is that all the views, except for 100, all the 1,000 views happened in the first hour. And that's something important to understand. Okay, so if I wanted to get a lot of organic reach these days and build an audience, I would definitely focus on YouTube Shorts, and I would focus on talking about topics that people generally are talking about right now. Okay, so like in this case, Mr. Beast was a keyword, vegan was a keyword, burger was a keyword. So I think that was a great example for how you can use the times right now, what is going on in the news and in people's minds, to really gain some followership here. Mr. Beast himself said something very interesting, and that was, if you want to learn from mainstream media, go and observe the movies and shows of very popular media right now, and try to find out what are the underlying principles of what people like about that, right? So, and then you can kind of emulate that and bring those principles in your content. So something that I noticed when watching movies and shows recently is that there is a trend towards humanizing the villain. Okay, so that is very important. If, for example, we look at the movie Hocus Pocus, the number 2, okay, at the end, the witch was kind of shown empathy, okay, and they they actually tried to help her, even though that previously she tried to kill everyone, right? So humanizing the villain is something that we're seeing throughout movies recently. And then also open-mindedness, right? What Generation Z brings to the table, this all inclusivity of every possible train of thought in terms of sexuality and identification and interests. Okay, so what can you do to create a brand that somehow includes those values and talks about that? So you don't have to directly talk about inclusivity and about showing empathy for the villain, okay? But you have to understand what are those underlying emotions that are being promoted and that are very popular these days, and how can you implement that in your communication strategy, if that makes sense. Let me show a brief advertisement here, and then I'll tell you a little bit more about what that is. Okay, so as you can see, this was an ad for Shanks.club, which is a community that Andrea and I are starting. It's only $7 a month to be part of it, less than your cup of coffee, okay? Cup of coffee. But, and you can cancel any time too, by the way. But what we will do in that club is a number of things that you can go to Shanks.club. Just type that into your browser. Actually, let me blend in the address. Go check that out. There's really a number of benefits that we're offering for these $7. Incredible value. But one of the things that really interesting is that once a month we'll organize a live Zoom call with a thought leader, an expert in one of the fields that pertain to growing your online brand. Okay, So go check that out, please, and then let me know what you think. I'm going to wrap this up today with some pictures, 2 pictures actually from yesterday. So here, no, again, Saturday, it was not yesterday. Here you can see Andrea. This was where she got her Mr. Beast burger. Okay, can I zoom in here? Yeah. So as you can tell, this was very interesting. As we mentioned on the podcast, somewhere here in the background there was a container, one of those cargo containers, that was remodeled into a shared kitchen, and then on Grubhub, Andrea was able to order her Mr. Beast burger, and then here it is, here in the right hand side here at the top. That's the container. And then it took about 15 minutes and she was able to pick up her Mr. Beast burger. And I think that's a fantastic concept, really, to build up these shared kitchens around the nation for small business owners who can't afford a commercial kitchen, and then they can just share that and then at the same time offer a pickup location and have a commercial kitchen where they're allowed to create their food. Okay, so let's see another picture here where Andrea is super happy that she got her Mr. Beast burger, and yeah, what a beautiful smile. I thought we'll definitely highlight her today because she's not able to actually join us on the video this morning. Okay, I think that's everything for today. Thanks for tuning in again. As a summary, basically, you want to focus on short video creation across platforms, whether that is LinkedIn, YouTube Shorts, TikTok, or Instagram. It's very important to learn that skill set of telling a story in under a minute. And that is also something that we'll focus on, give you some tips in Shanks.club. The other takeaway here is that it helps if you want to go viral, which is what everyone wants. And I'm not saying that this video went viral, because 1,000 views is nothing in the world of some content creators, right? But my channel there is one that typically does not see that kind of views, right? So I was very happy. And as you saw when I shared the screen earlier, there were 3 subscribers that I gained, and it's just really a good result for that. So focus on the short-term video, short-form videos, and talk about things that are contemporary. That, you know, for example, if you go to Google Trends, you can see what people talk about most right now. It's a very interesting website, by the way, Google Trends. Let me bring that up so I can show you. It's easier to show you. Okay, let me see. Share my screen here. Okay, if we go to trends.google.com, and then here you can see basically right now what's trending. Okay, it's a lot of sports, and that is usually something that you wanna, like. I don't know how easy it is to include sports in what you talk about, but if we go to more trending searches, you can see that there's the House of the Dragon episode 9. Okay, so something smart to do would probably be, first you would have watched the House of the Dragon episode 9, and then you would have somehow found a parallel between what that episode talks about and maybe your business or your topic of interest. You have to be creative, okay? So I have not watched this episode at all. I don't really know what it's about. But let's just say that, gosh, what can I come up with here? let's just say that there was a queen that sacrificed her title to save her nation. There's probably no queen in that, but let's just say there was, okay? So then you would talk about, hey, have you seen this episode, House of Dragon, episode 9, and how the queen sacrificed her title to save her nation? Well, I think that is what CEOs, good CEOs and leaders do every day. Okay, they sacrifice their titles in that they kind of don't put emphasis on that. They're not sitting on a high throne, but they just go in and help make differences and help solve problems in their companies. Something like that, okay? Yeah, so I hope this helps a little bit. It's kind of a stretch in your mind to think like that, but that is how you stand out. In this sea of content creators today, you have to find ways to stand out by talking concisely in ways that will attract your audience. Now, you might say, well, Shankar, how come you are not concise in this recording here? Well, yeah, we are at 16 minutes roughly, and this video has a different purpose. So this video is for you, my audience, who already knows me, appreciates me, and wants to hear more from me. But the short form video is to gain the attention of new eyes. Okay, and it's all about hoping that they will follow or subscribe because they find the content interesting and relevant. And then once you have a follower, you can, just like I am doing every morning, for example, at 9 a.m. Central Time, you can propose them a longer content that they can consume. Okay, so two different purposes. This longer content is for you, my existing followers and fans, and then the short form videos that I mentioned earlier are to basically break into new markets and grow your audience and influence. Okay, that's it. I think I spoke enough for this morning. Thank you for your time and attention. I know it's very precious, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.